A lot of people get
The
the
bird.
strategy confused with the BRRRR
The
strategy.
BRRRR
That's
strategy.
That's
all right.
A BRRRR. Okay.
Wow, you lost me on that second R. But yeah. So let's see.
So
Buy.
well, step one.
Step one.
If you're interested in investing,
okay.
and you haven't found Bigger Pockets, what are you doing? Check it out after this video. Watch it later. So, BRRRR strategy was popularized by the Bigger Pockets podcast and their website, which means go buy a property, B. Remodel said property, R.
Okay.
Rent out the property once it's finished.
Second R, okay.
Refinance and cash out as much as you can, which would probably be 75% of the after repair value.
After repair value, that's the key word right there.
Yeah.
Because when you bought for X, but you repaired on that second R, so now that value, now the home is worth more. So comes a refi.
Right.
Now you have some equity, and then you're gonna cash. Fantastic. That's a genius idea, man. Yeah.
And then you take that cash and repeat the whole process.
Repeat.
Do it again.
BRRRR.
Do it again.
All right. So BRRRR.
So I help people in a number of ways in the real estate investing world and the real estate agent world.
That's true.
I help them buy and sell houses.
Okay.
I help investors buy houses. I help myself buy houses. And I partner with people to buy property. Manage the whole process. Find the deals, manage the contractors. If we're going to flip it, I'll list it for sale, and then we split the money.
Perfect.
You put up the money as partner. I do the project as the worker.
Yeah, it's a partner. Okay, yeah.
So it's a great partnership.
Yeah. You come in.
Yeah.
So basically, you're telling the folks out there that, hey, I got some money to invest, but I have no knowledge. Partner with us.
That's right.
Hey.
Or you have a full-time job.
I got a full-time job. I cannot really get involved, but I have this cash sitting here just losing its value as inflation eats away, and I don't know what to do.
Right.
Well, fantastic, man. What would say, my question to you is, what would be an initial investor for the general guy out there that's saying, well, I have some money, but I don't know how much money are you talking about for that initial investment?
So
5, 10, 20 grand?
It
depends.
It depends on how much the property costs to buy and what that down payment's going to be. Okay. Most of the lenders I work with that are hard money lenders, I hate working with them right now. I love you hard money lenders. I hate you at the same time. Almost all of them are charging over 10%. So if you got 10, 11, 12% and you find a deal that, okay, at the end of the day, it's going to be worth $250,000 to $350,000, you're going to have to buy it so low for the payments and the remodel cost to make sense. For example, I bought a deal worth $375,000, $350,000 after repaired value.
Okay.
I bought it for $265,000.
Okay.
But with the cost of financing and the amount of payments during the whole time,
because it took you longer than you expect. Okay.
Right, and so
it eats up your profit.
Yeah, it eats up a lot of profit. Right. So even if I'm refinancing and pulling cash out, it's already like I'm not getting enough cash out.
Okay.
And I had to put down $50,000 to buy a $250,000 property, because you're still going to be around 20% down based on the purchase price.
Right.
But you still can borrow
the rest.
Almost all of the almost all the remodel cost. But then
now,
at the end,
so when you say, just to clarify, to me and the audience, you threw a bunch of information there. Mm-hmm. First of all was the hard money. My understanding of hard money, and correct me if it's wrong, is just basically somebody who, unlike the investor, is an investor, but he just has the money to loan you, but he's not the bank. He's acting as the bank.
So there's a couple kinds of hard money.
Okay.
That is like still really a company that lends you money.
Okay.
And they've got, the way they make money is by charging you a whole lot of interest and fees.
A whole lot of interest.
A whole lot of interest and fees.
Okay.
Now, and then there are regular individual people. And guess what? They're still almost the same. They might charge you a little less up front, but almost everybody stays competitive. Right now, as of January 2024, they're almost all 10 to 12%. So,
10 to 12, okay.
So you got to factor in, like, if you're talking to a hard money lender and you're doing this BRRRR strategy or any kind of remodel financing, you need to find out what is every single dollar that you're going to charge me, every fee that you're going to charge me, not just how much are your points and what's the interest rate.
Yeah,
because
so it's not as simple.
They're going to attack. You got
yeah, so it's not as simple. So okay,
right.
So this is where the experience of a professional comes into play. If you just like you surfing the web and you see about the BRRRR strategy, oh man, I got 10 grand I'm gonna invest and I'm gonna make 15. Well, not quite, because there's a lot involved,
right?
And especially the time, because as you get that hard money, the clock starts ticking and the payments start, because you already got the money. Much
right.
like when you're a builder and you get a construction loan, anytime you draw from that money, you're paying interest, even though it's interest only, but you're paying. So if you're planning on getting the project done in
right.
6 months, and now it's taking 8, every day that goes by,
that means you bought the wrong property.
Yeah, no.
Bought the wrong property.
Yeah, let's. you want short. Yeah,
so,
you want to borrow.
So honestly,
you want to borrow and be
right.
done in what's the average? That's okay.
Yeah.
So what's the average turn from buying the property, renovating?
So even if you're buying a property to remodel,
okay.
Even if you're doing a total gut job,
okay.
I'm not going to talk about the time it takes to get all the permits, because in some towns, cities, counties, it's an extended period of time to actually get your permit. It might be 30 days, might be 6-8 weeks.
Okay.
And everywhere I work, you go get the permit the same day that you fill out the paperwork. So I don't worry about that, but you should factor it in wherever you live. So really, you need to flip a house in 3 months. If your contractor can't do that in 3 months, and I'm talking like, that means you're tearing out drywall, knocking down walls.
It's a complex,
new
comprehensive,
roof,
renovation.
Big systems. That's 3 months.
Okay.
If it's longer than that,
get out.
Your contractor's too busy, and has too many jobs, or is just too slow and doesn't have enough employees.
Okay.
So, the best BRRRR strategy method is to work with someone, partner with somebody who can handle the whole remodel process.
Okay.
Somebody like me, Ethan Atkinson, and somebody who has all cash, so that they can keep that money moving. All right. So, of course, let's say you have all cash and you invested in a property and we're splitting it 50-50. Well, I'm going to try to get you back. When we refinance the property, I'm going to try to get you back as much, if not all, your money as possible when we do the refi. And then, at the end of the day, we have equity in the deal, because you can only pull out 75% of the total after repaired value.
Yeah, right.
And then we're making cash flow from here on out.
Right.
And then add on to the best strategy. So buy it all cash and then refinance that cash out at the end. Now you have a mortgage. And then you go buy another deal.
Repeat.
Then you repeat. But then you look at 7 to 10 years down the road, you refinance again and pull all that cash out and buy even more deals.
Okay. So the idea is it's more or less mid to long term, and for you to keep reinvesting in this deal until you have an empire.
Yeah. So I take this guy named Jason Hartman, a really great person to follow on he's got tons of great podcasts. Jason Hartman has his own podcast channel.
Okay.
He says refi till you die. At least he said that a few years ago. I don't know if he still says that. He probably says that. Because if you refi till you die, you're having tenant in the property that's paying your mortgage.
Right.
And so if your payment is good, you're not buying properties to like buy a couple of deals and then now you have no job. This is to supplement your income to retire earlier so that way down the road, you know, you may have $1 million mortgage, but still each month you're making $1,000 on each house.
Right.
Because who knows what's going to be 20 years from now, what's the rent going to be. But anyway,
right now
that's, I digress. But, so, BRRRR till you die. That's my strategy. BRRRR till you die. There's a whole lot of investors who would say that's crazy. Pay down the mortgage. Yeah. That's also still a great strategy. Pay down the mortgage so that in 15 or 20 years, you have no more mortgage.
Yeah, you have all the assets. You own
and so
100% of
every
the
month
assets,
and
it's just gravy.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be like, and there's also no age limit. So if you start when you're young enough, you start when you're 35. By the time you're 50,
so I can start next year.
Next year, when you're 50.
When I'm 35.
I know that's what he was trying to say.
Yeah, anyway. All right. Okay, so that's the BRRRR strategy.
Yeah. So, tell me, what did you just hear?
Well, I mean...
Student Marcelo.
Yeah, so it's good because, first of all, it's a strategy that I've heard as a realtor. I've heard as an investor, as an apprentice, you hear, but it was nice to be able to actually hear the breakdown. I have never delved in like this, where you can get the full picture. Because you've known, the strategy, you buy, you flip, but this is more specific because this is more. There's a plan, there's a process that you follow, So it was good. It was an interesting lesson.
Well, no, okay, so if you were going to tell somebody,
if I were to tell somebody,
what is the BRRRR strategy?
Okay, so the BRRRR strategy, you basically buy a property, you renovate the property, you refinance.
Rent it out.
You refinance, right? Or you rent.
Yeah, get a tenant in.
All right, so let's from scratch. You buy the property,
yeah.
You renovate the property, you rent it out. You refinance, you cash that equity, and then you repeat. Beautiful.
Boom.
Beautiful. And that's, you leave that, and if you've done it right, that's an investment for life. You got a tenant who's paying your mortgage. The property is appraising. The property is gaining value.
Yep.
It's appreciating. The property is appreciating.
You get to have wonderful
You
tax
get to have
breaks.
Tax break because of the way it's invested.
Cost segregation. Watch the other videos about cost segregation.
It's fantastic.
Or look up Serial CFO Chad Brown.
Yeah, really, really interesting strategy. Yeah. Thank you.
Hey, money has been made.
Yes. Cha-ching.
Hey, reach out to me on either Instagram or call me directly. My number will probably be below in the description. I am definitely have deals in the pipeline. I have found an amazing strategy that I will not reveal yet on a video about finding off-market deals that are the incredibly pennies on the dollar deals, and I have potentially too many of them and need more partners to buy them.
How about that? Tempo.